Modern Mercedes-Benz cars are filled with technology, luxury features, and advanced systems that make driving easier and more comfortable than ever before. Large digital screens, driver assistance systems, and powerful turbocharged engines have completely transformed what a luxury car looks like today. But here's the question many enthusiasts keep asking. Are new Mercedes cars actually better than the old ones? Because if you talk to long-time owners, mechanics, and car enthusiasts, you'll often hear a very different opinion. Many of them believe that older Mercedes models were built better, lasted longer, and offered a level of engineering quality that is difficult to find in modern cars. In today's video, we're going to explore why so many people believe that old Mercedes are actually better than new ones, and what makes those older models so special even today. Let's take a closer look. Built like tanks. One of the most common things people say about older Mercedes-Benz cars is that they were built like tanks. This is not just an expression, it reflects a very real difference in how these cars were engineered. Older Mercedes models were designed with durability as a top priority. Engineers focused on creating vehicles that could last for decades, not just a few years. Thick metal panels, solid chassis construction, and high-quality materials were used throughout the entire vehicle. Cars like the Mercedes-Benz W124 became famous for their ability to handle extremely high mileage. It is not uncommon to find examples of these vehicles with 300,000, 400,000, or even 500,000 miles still running. Modern cars, on the other hand, are often designed with weight reduction and efficiency in mind. While this improves fuel economy, it can sometimes reduce long-term durability. Simpler engineering, fewer problems. Another major reason why older Mercedes cars are often considered better is their simplicity. Older vehicles had fewer electronic systems, fewer sensors, fewer complex modules. That meant fewer things could go wrong. Cars like the Mercedes-Benz W210 still offered comfort and technology, but they were not overloaded with complicated systems. Most of the important components were mechanical rather than electronic. In contrast, modern Mercedes vehicles rely heavily on advanced technology. While features like adaptive cruise control, lane assist, and digital dashboards are impressive, they also add complexity. And with complexity comes a higher risk of failure. When something breaks in a modern luxury car, it is often more expensive and more difficult to fix. Engines that were built to last. One of the strongest arguments in favor of older Mercedes models is their engines. Older Mercedes engines were often overbuilt. Engineers designed them with extra strength and durability in mind, allowing them to handle high mileage with ease. A great example is the diesel engine found in the Mercedes-Benz W123. These engines became legendary for their ability to run almost indefinitely with proper maintenance. Even gasoline engines from that era were known for their longevity. They may not have been the most powerful or the most efficient, but they were extremely durable. Modern engines, by comparison, are often smaller and more complex. Turbocharging, direct injection, and strict emissions systems help improve performance and efficiency, but they can also introduce additional points of failure. Real longevity versus planned life cycle. Older Mercedes vehicles were designed for long-term ownership. The goal was to create cars that could last for decades, with proper care. Many modern cars are designed with a different philosophy. Instead of focusing on extreme longevity, manufacturers now balance durability with cost, efficiency, and market demands. This does not necessarily mean that modern cars are unreliable, but it does mean they are not always built with the same long-term expectations. Cars like the Mercedes-Benz W211 still represent a transition period, where Mercedes combined modern features with relatively strong durability. Many of these vehicles are still on the road today with high mileage. However, newer models often prioritize innovation and features over long-term simplicity. Driving, feel, and character. Another important difference between old and new Mercedes cars is the driving experience. Older Mercedes models feel different. Heavier steering, solid suspension, a sense of connection with the road. Driving a classic Mercedes often feels more mechanical and more engaging. You can feel the weight of the car, the response of the engine, and the feedback from the road. Modern Mercedes vehicles focus more on comfort and isolation. The ride is smoother, the cabin is quieter, and many driving inputs are filtered through electronic systems. While this makes driving easier and more comfortable, it can also reduce the sense of connection that many enthusiasts enjoy. Cost of ownership. When people think about luxury cars, they often assume high maintenance costs. But this is not always true for older Mercedes models. Because of their simpler design, many older vehicles are easier to maintain and repair. Parts are often widely available, and many mechanics are familiar with these cars. Modern Mercedes vehicles, however, can be more expensive to maintain due to their advanced technology. Repairs often require specialized tools, diagnostic equipment, and expensive replacement parts. Over time, this can make ownership significantly more expensive. Final thoughts. So, are old Mercedes really better than new ones? The answer depends on what you are looking for in a car. If you want the latest technology, modern safety features, and maximum comfort, then a new Mercedes is still an excellent choice. But if you value durability, simplicity, long-term reliability, and a more mechanical driving experience, then older Mercedes models offer something truly special. They represent a time when cars were built with a different philosophy, a time when engineering focused on longevity and strength above everything else. That is why so many of these cars are still on the road today, decades after they were built. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to support the channel by leaving a like, subscribing, and sharing your thoughts in the comments. Do you think old Mercedes are better than new ones? Let us know what you think. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.